I am living my best Elvira fantasy, and you can too here at Atomic Horror.
Roughly translated, Book of the Dead. The book is bound in human flesh and inked in human blood.
It's spooky season, and today we travel to Atomic Horror on Colonial Drive to visit the ultimate destination for horror enthusiasts. Atomic Horror offers a wide range of merchandise inspired by your favorite horror movies and TV shows. Everything from collectibles, shirts, bags, decor, candles, and so much more. From the moment you step into this shop, you'll know you've arrived at the most exciting horror-themed store you'll ever visit. I got a chance to speak with the owner Bryan Murphy to find out what was the inspiration behind Atomic Horror. All right, everybody, I am here at Atomic Horror with the owner Bryan. Bryan, thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Yes, this is a fantastic place. My first time. I'm sure you're getting a huge influx of people now that we're going into the Halloween season.
It is spooky season. It's September, gets pretty busy for us. Once Horror Nights starts, you get people. I think everyone wants to get their shirts that they're going to wear at night. And then we get people from out of town who, we're closer to the airport over here, so people come with their bags or, stop in on the way in or out of Orlando.
Yeah, so tell me about the history.
The history is we've just passed 2 years.
Okay.
I am a Floridian originally from Jacksonville Beach, and then I went to college here, undergrad. I had a crazy idea about a store, and I thought, it would be really expensive to do in the city and really hard on my own. My brother lives down here, and so I was like, I knew I needed free labor and his creativity.
Get the family in on it.
The two of us, I said, okay, this is a place to do it. It's a big metropolitan area, Orlando. It's full of people who obviously, are into spooky stuff. We have a good spooky community.
Halloween starts earlier in Orlando. I realized, 'cause I'm from New York, so Halloween didn't start until like October, like normal, right?
Yeah.
But then everything gets spooky here in August.
Yeah.
We're already into the holidays.
Yeah, it's like, I think Horror Nights is such a big thing for Universal that they started at the very end of August this year, like the last couple of days.
Yeah, it keeps getting sooner and sooner.
And it's busy enough, they need the time. And then there are a lot of other, there's things at SeaWorld or a bunch of other.
And it just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now tell me, why horror?
I was just thinking when I was pondering my next career that, like, what have I liked all the time? Consistently from my life, what would I like to be around every day? And I was like, I like horror movies, and especially like, if you look at the posters and everything in here, I like bad movies, cheesy movies.
Those are the best, though.
I have a real appreciation for all of them. I grew up watching classic movies.
Yeah.
From, Dracula, the original, to, brand new stuff.
Right.
But, and then I feel like lived through the 80s and 90s, which were like really peak horror.
That is peak horror. And why do you think people are so fascinated by 90s? We have so many other movies, but we keep going back to this stuff, to the old stuff.
for one, special effects.
Yeah.
Like practical effects. People loved practical effects.
We do.
It
do.
It just made movies more fun. It looked more real. I mean, not things are made, what they can do now is incredible, but most of the time you still know it's not real.
You could see it. We could just mix more practical with the other stuff, then that'd be great.
And even when they weren't perfect or even good,
you could still appreciate it.
You would watch and you were like, I love that they made this thing.
And you've created something really special here. So you've done Michael Myers, you have Jason, you have Dracula, you have Goosebumps, you have Labyrinth. Those are the things I've already put them in the side because I'm gonna purchase them.
We have Belial from Basket
what
Case.
else can people find when they come into Atomic Horror?
They're gonna find anything I can get my hands on, basically. And our bread and butter is what you'd expect. People buy a lot of shirts. People buy a lot of wall art, which we have small artists from around the country, ones we select, and then we have a lot of old media from black and whites from the classics, like tons of Bride of Frankenstein, things like that. But then we have foreign, awkward, weird posters. I always put out like a Critters poster from Pakistan.
Right. I love that.
For people who find things they're not going to find somewhere else. But then we build other sections.
Right. I was just going to say that. You've built something that's really cool, especially for today where people are on Instagram and they're looking for stuff to post. You've kind of given us like Instagram-worthy situations right here. You've got Michael. You've got a whole set with Jason, which creeps
Jason's
me out because it feels too real.
Where he should be.
Right. And how did you choose who you wanted? You have Ghostface.
We've switched things out. I mean, Michael and Jason, I feel like, are just so iconic that everyone wants to see them. Our Ghostface corner originally was a They Live alien right next to his newsstand, because that's a They Live newsstand. But eventually it was like, Ghostface gets so much love.
He does.
He has so many.
He does.
I mean, I love Scream, but there are people who love Scream.
That is true.
So when we're like, okay, he belongs there.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a spot that might get switched out for other ones from time to time.
So you'll have to come back and see what he does.
But then Evil Dead 2 especially was such a big part of like an influence on me and my brother. The two of us did the whole store.
Right.
And he, I would have ideas and he's the one who's really like, okay, I'll make Ash's Chainsaw. Okay, I'll make a tape player from Evil Dead Cabin.
I know now that my wife has become host to a Kandarian demon. I fear that the only way to stop those possessed by the spirits of the book is through the act of bodily dismemberment.
So it was like, we have to do a cabin. It's iconic for horror, for not just Evil Dead. And then Elvira's here.
Elvira is here, and she is full force over here. Like, I feel all Elvira when I go over to that corner.
Yeah.
So what's next for Atomic Horror?
Well, we'll get through spooky season, which is our busy season. And we have done a couple of markets this year where we have local vendors, it's like a community. We're very happy to have other people who make and sell shirts and art and other things. So we'll do some markets for the holiday season in November, December. We just had an anniversary showing of Critters at the Enzian, a local art house theater. So you'll see a giant Critters ball over that's been added.
Yeah.
We had a Critters standee, and we'll be there for their killer clowns. So we're just trying to engage in the community more, and then this next year, especially in the quieter spring months, to do even more of that.
I love that. So where can people follow you, find out more information?
AtomicHorror.com. We have a website, and that'll also link you to our Instagram. We're active at atomic.horror. So just head to AtomicHorror.com, and then we're in Orlando on East Colonial, near the Executive Airport. So 4805 East Colonial.
Check it out, guys. Check it out. Thank you, Bryan.
Thank you.
Jason, I know I'd find you around here. You're not so bad. And I've always wondered what you look like under that mask.
Never mind. I'll call you later.